Hello everyone, I'm Shani.
And I'm Laura.
I'm an educator, a yoga instructor, and a life coach.
And I am your proactive health strategist.
And together we are Doubly Well. Welcome to today's episode on gluten and how it affects us. Laura is a little bit our resident expert on gluten, so she's going to take the lead today. Laura, would you mind telling us what gluten is, like from a scientific standpoint? What is gluten?
Gluten is a protein that binds foods together. So it acts like a glue. That's why it's gluten. So it acts like a glue and it binds foods together, and mostly in wheat products. But it's still in a lot of other things as well.
Oh, nice. Really nice definition. Thank you for that. There seems to be a lot of confusion in our world as to if people have celiac disease or a gluten sensitivity. So let's break that down a little. Laura, can you help us with that?
Yeah. So a lot of people that have celiac also have gluten sensitivities. So, if they're celiac, they have gluten sensitivities as well. So it's a lot very much the same, except celiac will send you to the hospital and it cause a lot more damage because it's been going on for a long time. But a lot of gluten sensitivities can be, most are your gut issues. So things like gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, especially in children. And then things like fatigue and, oh gosh, there's so many, the chicken skin behind your arms and just weird things sometimes dizziness, sometimes headaches. It can come in so many different forms. Autoimmune diseases. And that can go with any kind of autoimmune disease. Just kind of checking my thing to see what else I'm missing. Inflammation, swelling, pain in the joints, mood issues, anxiety, depression, ADD, and maybe even infertility and hormonal issues like PMS and stuff like that. So, PMS can be very little and, your joint pain can be very little, but maybe you get a ton of bloating. So everybody's going to be different. So it's really important for you to listen to your body and what you feel after eating anything with gluten in it. Now, also, if it's a sensitivity and not celiac, you may not notice it for 2 to 3 days. Sensitivities can take up to 3 days to present themselves. So really pay attention for a few days. If you break out with something right away, it could be more of celiac.
That's a really good tip, to observe your diet for more than 1 day. Maybe people aren't feeling well and they think, what did I eat earlier today? And maybe it has nothing to do with today. Maybe it had something to do with a couple days ago.
Which is crazy and harder to track, but it's good for us to pay attention.
Okay, so that's the scientific part. Let's talk more about the experiential part. I'll share my part first, and then let's hear from you as well.
Okay.
I have been tested for celiac because I don't do well with gluten, and I don't have celiac disease, which is great. But I still have a lot of symptoms, or some of the symptoms anyway, that Laura has listed, like bloating and joint pain and fatigue are my main. For me personally, those are too many things that affect the way I feel on a day-to-day basis for me to want to eat gluten. So I go for the alternatives. What about you, Laura?
I have almost exactly the same symptoms, except I also get incredibly moody. But I haven't had gluten in years, so I don't get moody anymore, which is nice.
But at least not for that reason.
Yeah. we are human.
That's right.
Okay,
so let's talk about alternatives then. I eat alternatives. Some of the things that I eat are gluten-free bread, gluten-free bagels, waffles, crackers, and I also avoid seitan, which is a vegetarian option to meat protein.
Yeah, it's all gluten. Mm-hmm. Some other alternatives are collard greens for using in wraps. They're fantastic for wraps. There's really so many alternatives for the bread, for everything, because they can use coconut flour and different kind of flours, which you can also make at home. I really recommend you stay with whole, real food, because so many packaged foods are just full of other crap, really, and can't say it any better, but there is. It's just packaged and it's not real food. So it's really important to try to get as much real food as possible instead of just going for the gluten-free packaging because it's gluten-free. Doesn't mean it's healthy. Right. It just means it doesn't have gluten in it.
But if a person wanted to eat, they were really craving pasta or some kind of carbohydrate, they could get a pasta made out of beans.
Yep, they have black bean pasta or lentil
rice.
pasta. I even like to do zucchini noodles or even sweet potato noodles. There's so many options out there. We're so lucky in the day and age we live in because there are options and you can find these alternatives to your favorite comfort foods.
And you can switch out those carbs for rice or
cauliflower rice.
Right, or quinoa or something of that sort.
And for pizza, they have cauliflower pizza crust at Trader Joe's.
And it's really good.
There you go.
Okay, so I know that you eat a lot of organics, Laura, so maybe you can speak a little bit to organics and gluten.
Yeah, so it's really important if you're gonna eat any kind of gluten product whatsoever that it is organic. Actually, wheat products in particularly. And because wheat is sprayed with glyphosate, and glyphosate is a pesticide that is awful for us. It kills insects, so it does horrible things for our insides because it's poison basically. And so it's very, very important that the organic, non-GMO, if it's any kind of wheat products like bread, bagels, pizzas, things like that. Otherwise, you're getting glyphosate, and you really don't want glyphosate in your life and in your body.
So, Laura, maybe some of us are allergic to glyphosate.
I think all of us are allergic to glyphosate.
Right. Who really wants to eat fertilizer? Gross.
Not me.
Okay, good. So, you may have more questions, comments, concerns, or feedback about this topic, and we love to hear from you. We're still learning too. In fact, we're still trying to debunk some of the other things that we think about gluten, like how much wheat is good for a diet anyway. Are we eating too much? Are they putting it in too many of our products? Are they shipping it too far? Are we trying to keep it fresh for too long using preservatives? Like, what else is going into this gluten problem? But it's time to wrap up for today. So,
I just have one more thing to add.
Yeah,
If you are not sure if you're gluten sensitive, you could do your own elimination diet of a month. Just take it out of your diet, then a month later, start adding it back in and see how you feel. That's probably the best way to test if you're gluten sensitive or have celiac.
What if someone's a little apprehensive about doing a whole month? Could they just start with a week and see if they felt different?
It takes about 3 to 4 weeks for the gluten to actually get out of your system completely, so it really won't benefit you to do it for a week or two. It's really more beneficial to do it for a month.
Okay, that was an important tip. I hope you heard that. Laura's saying you've got to remove it for a month to really know. Okay,
really
is that what you said, Laura?
That's what I said.
Great. So why are we here?
We're here to help people.
And to have fun.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us. Please like, comment, join us on Facebook on our Doubly Well page. Subscribe to our YouTube. Let us know what you'd like to cover for next time. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Yep.
Have an absolutely wonderful day.
Healthy and happy day. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.